Hello everyone and welcome back to Just Finish Coding. This is part 5 of our Sudoku series on Scratch 3. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Just finished coding.
Now I have to interject right here that if you've not watched parts 1 to 4, please watch them before you come here because as you can see, I'm picking up from where I left off. And for this video to make sense, you need to have watched the previous ones. I'll leave a card for you right here. Please watch the videos and then come right back. If you're still here, I'm going to assume that you've watched parts 1 to 4, in which case in this video, I'm going to make quite a few modifications within our code. So I'm going to start off with the pen number sprite, and before I broadcast get square position, what I'm going to do is broadcast another message, and this time I'm going to call it edit check. Okay, so edit check, and the reason I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that the player can't enter in the pen number on top of the initial board position, because it's going to be quite weird as of now. For example, if once everything sets up and you try to enter in something right here, so let's say you click that square and enter in the number 1, and I think there was something went wrong here. Yeah, as you can see, when we enter in the number, it overlaps on top of that, which looks very odd, and I definitely don't want that to be happening in the actual game. So what we can do here is within our pen numbers, we can broadcast edit check, and then we can make a new variable called editable, and it's going to be a Boolean variable, so you can add a question mark at the end of it, and if editable is yes, then we will do all of this, but if editable is equal to no, then we aren't going to create a clone at all. So you can just add a simple if then like this, and say if editable is equal to yes. So add is equal to yes and just put editable right there. And there you go, that's all you need to do. And I'm going to move this function a little bit down so that you guys can see it. Now we can head over to the square, and we need to make some modifications when we're creating the clone. And what we need to do is right here, or maybe after we show ourselves, we can check if that particular clone number is equal to some item on the board. If it's not a space, then it means that we need to set editable to no. Basically, that square can't be edited. And I'm going to make a variable just for this, and I'm going to set it for this sprite only. And this time I'll be labeling it in lowercase, and I'll call it editable. And that lowercase, that private variable is going to basically regulate that public variable, which I'll show you in a second. Just add this for now. So add in an if else, okay, and we can say if it is not, and we can say if not item, or actually you can just say, yeah, if not item something is equal to, just grab an equal to for now and just change this to be a space. So now you can head over to variables and grab an item of, like I was telling, and you can change this to item of board, and you can say if not item clone number of board is equal to space. So if this is not the case, then it means we need to set editable to no. So set editable to no, and if the item is indeed space, then we can set the editable of the square to be yes, and that's all you need to do. So now you can grab a when I receive from events. So when I receive, where's that? Yeah, edit check. Then all we have to do is check. So if editable is equal to yes, and I know we haven't set the clone number yet, so I will have to head back to my pen number sprite and check what exactly our clone number was. So I think the, yeah, it was current clone. Anyway, so yeah, let's go back to the square. And now we can say if editable is equal to yes, okay, then we will set this big editable and the public variable to yes as well. But if the editable variable is set to no, then we can set the other editable variable to be no as well. And this alone is going to result in a bug because it's not entirely going to know which clones editable we need to use. So we can add an if then to narrow down the clones, and we can just say if current clone is equal to, if current clone is equal to clone number, or if clone number is equal to current clone. Either way, so this is going to make sure that we know which square is editable and which square is not. So when we press the green flag now, and okay, I think there's some small problem with our code, so I will go through it once and then I'll be right back. Alright, so as it turned out, I just removed that block which said set clone created to yes, and the program was just waiting for that variable to go to yes, and that's why there was just one square. So you can just say set clone set up to yes, and that should fix the problem. So now I'm going to click the green flag once again. The squares are all perfect as of now. And now when I click on the square which has a number and then I try to enter something, you can see that it no longer works. I can only enter in a number where there is, where there is a blank square or where I initially entered in some number. And that's pretty great. So that's what I initially wanted to have. And we've pretty much got this part of the program right. And before I end this video, I'm going to do a couple of things and I'm going to deal with these things which you can see right here. So the marking and pencil side. So initially, I will be showing both the marking and the pencil side. So say show marking and show pencil side. But we can also set these things to something initially. So I'll be first setting set marking. Where's that? Set marking. Okay, I'm not even able to find it. There we go. So set marking to pen, and we will set pencil side to be left, and that's just the thing I took. You can also set it to be right if you want. Set pencil side to be left, and what you can do here is you can grab a when I receive start, and here you can have some conditions set up. So when I receive, where is that? Start, there we go. So when we receive a start, we can enter into a forever loop and we can check, or we can just wait until can start is yes. Anyway, so wait until can start is yes, and just hold on while I catch up because I'm dragging the blocks pretty slowly. So wait until can start is yes, and we can have a bunch of if then. So if key left arrow is pressed, then what we can do is set pencil side to left, and if key right arrow is pressed, then we can set pencil side to right. Fairly simple, and this is going to work out. Okay, so that's going to be all we need as of now. And we also want to make sure that the marking changes when we press P. But instead of doing it, as a condition, what the problem when we do it this way is it goes in really fast, and when the user thinks he's pressing P just once, it turns out that he pressed it, twice or thrice or even 4 times. So instead of having the condition as an if then, what you can do is grab a when key is pressed as an event. And you can see when P key is pressed, and to make sure that this is not done before we've started the game, you can add an if then to check if can start is yes. And if can start is yes, then we can have another if else condition set up. So if set up an if else, and you can put another if here. So if marking is equal to pen, then we will set marking to be pencil. But if marking is equal to pencil, then we will set it to pen. Very simple, but it's going to work out. So set marking to pencil here. And if this is not the case, then we will set it to pen. There we go. And you can just duplicate this condition once and change this to pencil. And the reason I had this other if condition here instead of just leaving it to set marking to pen is because at one point, which is the end of our game, we will be setting marking to be something called null. And at that time, it's important to make sure that none of this actually works out. So if we press P, I do not want it to switch to pencil. So that's the reason I have another if then condition. And now when we click the green flag and then we try and switch between, let's see, I'm pressing P and you can see that marking switches. And I can also press the left and right arrow keys to change the pencil side. And I'm going to end this video right here. In the next video, we can get into programming the pencil numbers and also changing the board list accordingly. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like, and also don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.